Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are talking about Abruptio. I kind of said I was going to do a video on that the other day, and now this is me getting into it. This movie's insane. It is a horror movie starring puppets, which give you that uncanny valley, humanistic look. The music is disturbing and unique and haunting. The close-ups and the cuts that they do, the staging of every scene is absolutely disorienting. This is a horror movie in theme, in visuals, in its audio context, in every way it's represented. It's less of a movie and more of a psychological work of art. I would pay good money to own a puppet from this film. I would pay very good. I would go to an auction and compete. I'm not a wealthy man, but I'd bid it up just a little bit. So let's talk about the film. Without getting into the spoilers, first and foremost, this movie takes place around an individual named Les Heckler. Great name. His first name's Lester. I actually wrote that in my notes. Who names their child Lester? Modern day. I took a bunch of notes on this film, so I'm excited to get into it because they just keep going. It's really cool, and it was a great movie. I mean, I saw the trailer for this, and at the end of the trailer, he says, "I've got a bomb in my neck, just like everyone else." I was hooked. I had to see it. And also, I couldn't figure out why they looked so very strange. And they look so very strange because they're puppets. And I'm blind, so that's why. Let's give it a little cold open real quick and just kind of get into the film. We are introduced to Les, and he wakes up. He starts his day. I'm not entirely sure what the first thing is that happens. He goes to his office. His girlfriend is talking to him. At that point in time, you kind of don't know it's his girlfriend. And the first thing I noticed was the music, because it's delightfully disturbing. It will unsettle you. This movie started the writing process, I think, in like 2010, 2011. They started filming in 2015. This thing has been in the works for a very long time. And what my favorite thing is, my wife kept saying, whenever you see their feet walking away, those are human feet. And the puppets are usually only shot from like the upper torso up, sometimes shot from the waist up. Very rarely do you see the full puppet. And it's done so well. And you can tell. This is a passion project. This is a long time in the making, and it certainly paid off. It paid off. I mean, I intend to buy the Blu-ray. I'm excited to see the special features. I'm kind of getting into that phase of my life where I'm more interested in the special features than I am the main feature itself. So give me some cool special features, Let's get into this film though, because it's got depth, and this is going to go off whatever you think. I said in my review of the trailer, oh, this is probably a sane individual in a world that's gone insane, or an insane individual in a sane world. It was absolutely both of those things. I could have never guessed. I could have never known. The trailer didn't give me a lot to go on, but I could have never figured it out. So we're gonna get into it. I will say this much: I enjoy this film. I don't feel like things need a grading scale greater than a 1, 2, or 3. 3 is you should watch it, give it a shot. This is a 3. It's not going to be everyone's favorite. If it looks at all even slightly appealing to you, and you're interested in horror movies and maybe even abstract horror, which is where I would put this because of the utilization of puppets for that uncanny valley and undertones to everything. My wife found the puppets to be the most favorite part. So that's the 3. The 2 is you can watch this. You watch this, don't watch this. basically every single film on life. Every single film on the Sci-Fi Channel is a sequel. Tremor is a sequel. The original. So, that's the scale in a nutshell. It's my top score. Good.
I won't obey. You cannot tell me what I cannot say. I'm here to last, so yeah, I'm here to stay. I'll live each second like my final day. You can't take that away.
And at some point, someone brings up having voices in their heads. It might even be less. And the individual says, well, everyone has voices in their heads. And drinking shuts all the voices down. And that's a real good thing right there. Let's just put that on put it on the board over there tonight. But the concept of voices in the head and silencing those voices, quieting those voices, drinking to get away from those voices. This is important. And the idea that the woman who's speaking openly is falling off the wagon, less that on the wagon is going to this is really well. A little bit more, and then I'm going to make a hard cut. If you just want to see it on their own, and you're going to spoils, and then you spoil. And I'm also going to talk about, at the end of this video, themes and the design philosophy of this entire film. We're getting into it. We're getting it because this is deep. It might be a bit of a longer one, so put it on, fold some laundry, let's go. Chef, do the dishes. Do the dishes. NATO. Play some video games. So, he's at the AA meeting, and that individual says it about the voices. Drinking quiets the voices and shuts the voices up. So, Les gets dumped shortly thereafter. And he gets dumped by his girlfriend. She calls him creepy. Basically, for the last year and a half, he has been obsessed with his video games, and he's just been getting more and more distant. So, Les is not very happy at all, and he is on the wagon. So, he goes to see his friend Danny, and his friend Danny comes here. But on his way to see his friend Danny, he almost hits a child who was on the side of the street, and someone shoves the child in front of the vehicle and he stops. And all you see is the person shove the child and then Les stops. And then, hard cut to Danny's place. I thought he hit the child. He didn't. And so he's at Danny's place and he's talking to Danny about it. And he says, it's crazy that I almost did this thing. And Danny's like, maybe you're looking for fun, but I don't think they would push. The important fact is that the girl is right. Danny went back clear, and after he wanted to let him on the wagon, and then all the on the wagon. Then Danny said, "Super gross," and I wrote literally Danny wrote this video. Yeah, Danny is a gross guy. Then he decides to go to his office. The doctor visit is going to come up in 2 times. We have almost
I won't obey. You cannot tell me what I cannot say. I'm here to last, so yeah, I'm here to stay. I'll live each second like my final day. You can't take that away.
When he gets home, the audio in the next scene is absolutely amazing, and the use of lighting is phenomenal. And we are talking about a movie whose main characters are puppets. It has no right to have cinematography, set design, and lighting that makes you feel good. And yet, it wears that like a regal robe. The lighting in this scene, the sound design, I take my hat off to you. Whoever you are. My hat. So, the right hand and the other is iron plate. Hits in that iron hand. has her husband agree with her because he's always hidden behind a newspaper. And she's like, isn't that right? Yeah, uh-huh. Yes, dear. And, oh, you gotta speak louder. Yes, you're right. And so that is him coming home and seeing Mother. And then, basically at this point, she uses the full name instead of Les. She calls him Lester. And I'm like, who names their child Lester? Like, that is a way to create a certain individual. I'm sorry I'm looking at my notes so much. I don't usually do this with notes, so I'm practicing. I'm getting into the flow because I want to tackle a few larger projects. I'm going to have to keep my ideas somehow. So there is now we're going to stop. If you are at all interested in this film, if anything I've said has intrigued you in the least bit, please, by all means, go seek out and watch this film. You're going to love it. If you would like to stick around and know how this plot goes, let's do that. Up to this point in time, we have been existing. And this is your final warning. You might want to leave if you want to watch the movie. We've been existing in a universe. That has been Lester's life. Lester has been living his life. He's been watching. I don't know if striking the girl is a fictional girl, which was something that non-human already. But I believe that we are still in the video time. At this moment, we're going to play that over here. Because Les is a high-end conversation with somebody over the years.
I won't obey. You cannot tell me what I cannot say. I'm here to last, so yeah, I'm here to stay. I'll live each second like my final day. You can't take that away.
And his friend Dan has one too. So Dan calls him over, and while he's over there, they see on the news that something horrible has happened to the current leader of that particular nation. And all of a sudden, Dan says that he was contacted and that activities were saying, or bad things are going to happen, or there was some bad things are going to happen, that bombs can go off. And he's like, okay, that's great. And then Dan pulls the phone, and then Dan's like, I can't do it, man. I can't do it, man. You love me, brother. And then his head explodes. I don't know if you remember it. But he gets that stuff. And his head blows up. And then with his brother, I got that vibe from them. Like, that's the kind of guy you see. Looks like he's helping. I am retired of it. He gets stuck. So he's that kind of individual. Well, that and you see it from his head. Like, you see the neck. And that is somehow so much more disturbing and so much more visceral and real than if it had actually happened to a person. And I don't know what that says about me, perhaps, that was almost a greater shock, seeing it happen to a facsimile of a human than seeing it happen to a human. I watched a wonderful television show not that long ago with my wife, and we were watching the show, and it was an interview with the vampire, but it's the television series Interview with the Vampire. Phenomenally done. Excellently done. And at one point, somebody literally rips another person's jaw off, and we go, that's cool. They rip a person's jaw off. And our reaction was, that was cool. Because that's just the reaction we have modern day with violence and humans. But there is just something so disturbing seeing that happen to the puppet. So his head explodes and his head falls off, and this is one of those moments where Les realizes, oh, that's real. This is real. Everything that's happening here is real. And then Les gets his first mission. The first mission is to go and find a comedian at a bar. He goes to a bar, and there is a Les doesn't go to the bar first. Les gets a text that says, pick up this briefcase and take it to work. So he goes and picks up the briefcase. That works, this guy is talking to me like, don't forget to be there for the 10 a.m. Bonding, a team building exercise. And I said, like, I won't. So play this time, and I got still coffee on the chair. You can use this to get it out of here. That's awesome. Walks away. This is the team. Also, how are you doing team building exercises if you already do them? Maybe I'm a stranger for it. I hope I remain a stranger for the rest of my natural order. So, instead of doing team building exercises, he opens the briefcase and starts letting out gas, and he runs nowhere. He starts succumbing to gas. I can only assume it was the mustard kind. It's absolutely horrific. And so he gets home and he tells his mother he's basically been fired. Then he gets another message. The next mission, he has to go to the bar because I guess he did well on the first mission, which is strange. We're not thinking of them yet as missions, neither is Les, but that will come up a little bit later on. So he goes to the bar to find the comedian. And the comedian is telling horrible jokes. So, I can't repeat most of them. There's one about a person asking about BJs and just watch the movie if you want to get that one. Let me see if there are some I can repeat. Wow, how do you find a dog? Where do you find a dog who has no legs? You find him wherever you put him down. Because he's on the ground and he can't move. That's a rough joke. That's very disturbing. Oh, let me see if I can do any other ones, which one of my absolute favorites was, and this guy's name is Saul. He is a bad person. So it says step 8 or 7. I'll make that 6 because Saul, he was on the bandwagon because Saul is drinking. Every time he drinks, he takes a step backwards. People just need to step forward, whatever step you're on. Where you are. So, the comedian is totally joking.
I won't obey. You cannot tell me what I cannot say. I'm here to last, so yeah, I'm here to stay. I'll live each second like my final day. You can't take that away.
So they get a text that says kill them all, and it has a Holmes like picture there. Now at this point, right before this, he's watching a horror movie on the TV and all this. This is astounding. The horror movie is so well done. I want that movie too. I want an entire. I would buy a box. Looks amazing. I know this is it's good stuff. Also, there's puppet dude in this film. My wife found that creepy than normal just because it's very different, strange. I've never seen anything, but I take her word for it 100%. So basically, they are now going to this house. They knock at the door, and it is Saul and it is Les. And I'm going to kind of go off script a bit moving forward. But Saul and Les are going to the home, and they knock on the door, and the father and mother in the home. The father tells the daughter to go open the front door, and it's Saul. And Saul's like, oh, we're not killers or anything. And it's like, yeah, that's not what you say, because you're there to do that. And of course, out Saul and save his son. Himself calculation. But morally and if you take rational thought out of it, which the rational thought would be this is even two lives for one, or the life of an adult for the life of a child. It's, you know, the whole, do you pull the lever to the left or to the right? Are you going to hit the doctor? Are you going to hit the 5 people that are on the railroad? And it's like, the correct answer is, I'm not going to touch that lever, because the minute I touch it, I'm murdered. And that's an interesting conundrum, because if you refuse to engage with the question whatsoever, you're not a murderer. You're just that man. I ain't run for president here. I ain't get to decide which person this train's gonna hit. I'm not the conductor. I didn't take that duty upon myself. I'm not getting paid for it. I ain't touching it. And that's kind of that is a valid answer to the question. So Les doesn't answer the question. He fully engages with it, and he decides his life is more important than theirs, because he has to stay alive long enough to figure out what's going on. And you see the father's head get blown apart. The mother and the daughter are face to face. She is begging the daughter to close her eyes. The daughter is begging her to close her eyes. Just close your eyes, close your eyes. And then the mother gets shot, touches them, and not Saul, does finish it. There's no coming back. He's destroyed. Put that over there. He's not done. Because
I won't obey. You cannot tell me what I cannot say. I'm here to last, so yeah, I'm here to stay. I'll live each second like my final day. You can't take that away.
He's got his knife, Les is hiding, and Saul says, the best joke, there's 2 of them. The second one's rough, but the first one's one of the best jokes I've ever heard in my entire life. Wait for it, and why don't ever hear a pterodactyl urinate? The P is silent, y'all. Enjoy that. The second one is, why did the Jews and Anton stop talking? Well, because they were both stuck up there. I didn't make that joke. I don't have a choice here. The joke was made by Saul. He dies shortly thereafter. So, it's a because Saul thinks he has the upper hand, and he gets hit in the back of the head with a shovel. Now Les has the upper hand, and Les literally beheads Saul. And the entire time, Saul is telling a joke. It's a crazy. That is proto-Joker. That is an individual who has cynically given up on everything and lives strictly for themselves. So, we then jump ahead to the idea. The husband's head explodes. Now they have to kill each other. I already got that part. Oh, why can't you do that? Urinate. The T is silent. I want to make sure. Oh, what did a mountain climber named low-key says while he's being beheaded. It's a great joke. It's a great joke. That's where he says the one about the dog with no legs, which is not that's when and I wrote this film. Look at it. It's rough. So now we get to where Lev is covered. Has what? And the people ask
I won't obey. You cannot tell me what I cannot say. I'm here to last, so yeah, I'm here to stay. I'll live each second like my final day. You can't take that away.
He sits with the chief of police. He goes straight to the chief of police, and the proceedings begin. He said, I didn't. He didn't. He's lying. Why? Because the chief of police is questioning him if he was told about what the process was. So, that is the thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Peter, get in. You told me, right? Yeah, I did. No, he didn't. Yeah, he's lying. Oh, but I lied. It's very funny. That's the dog humor. I can appreciate it. So the discussion has to shift about something. And that's it. We know that. We know that. Confess. We need you to confess before we try to. And that's it. So they bring in, what do you call it? Hallucinator? Lawyer. Bring in the lawyer first and foremost. And the lawyer is just his voice is very unique. He is completely on the side of the police. It's a shocking situation. What did I write? Daycare epic. Oh, the lawyers. So the reason they need to get this confession so quick is the lawyer's poodle is in daycare. The lawyer has to go pick him up at 5. And so they need to get this done by 5. So Les actually has like a limit, and he's going to be let go if they can't get this confession out of him. So they bring in this machine, and they connect the shocks to his head and his, everywhere else, and they start electrocuting him. And the chair he's in has automatic straps, and I wrote that down that it has automatic straps because that's a big tell at this point in time that something's not right. Anytime things start happening automatic or technologically advanced like that, we're kind of seeing a blurring of reality ever so slightly. I mean, the fact that the police are wanting him to and you just this we don't see enough of it, but give me Black Summer with puppets, and you will have my fandom for life. I will give you that. Black Summer, but with puppets. That would be amazing. So, they go to this, I guess it was a hardware store, or perhaps it's a gas station, and they get attacked by a guy. He's running down the aisle, he's screaming, he's got a machete, he's coming at him, and the British guy just like shoots him in the head. And it's, whoa, okay. This dude's here to do a job. So they go into it, and they find a whole lot of cash, and then Les is knocked out and wakes up. The British guy is talking about big plans. He leaves Les with, I don't know what that word is. Oh, he leaves Les with half of the cash, and the woman, he leaves Les with half the cash. So Les now has a lot of money. He has a home to stay. He still has to be the home where he was shot and he has a new car. He puts you in the car. I don't know about it. I think it's just out of the car you want. So Les is driving home, and a woman shows up. She escapes with all the money. And it's because it's crazy out there. She's story. Bad guy in the car, that five guys. She's knocked out.
I won't obey. You cannot tell me what I cannot say. I'm here to last, so yeah, I'm here to stay. I'll live each second like my final day. You can't take that away.
Yes, the kind of angel he feels he deserves, someone he can save, someone who needs him no matter what, someone who is willing to, upon realizing there is a dead family, a murdered child in the kitchen of the home they're in, their only response is, you should bury them. They deserve it. I'm not fuck yeah. Completely normal. But that's interesting. So Chelsea finds the dead family. And this is where I think Dominic but I am now freestyle, because that's what I gotta do. So she finds the family, and we have these scenes with her in the home with Les, and she is attempting to basically get back to some kind of normalcy, but Les has to go out and do these jobs. Now, Chelsea, I call her C moving forward. C does not have an incision in the back of her neck. Les does. And Les tries to tell her that there are people that are controlling things out there. But out there is getting more and more dangerous. So Les has another job to do. He shows up, and there's an older man, and this individual is germophobic. And he says, do you mind taking your shoes off? He goes, shoes? Yeah, your shoes. You might have stepped in dog shit. I don't want you to bring them in the car. So before he gets in the man's car, he has to take off his shoes. And he has to hold his shoes so he doesn't get the bottom of the shoes into the car. They're driving along, and the guy is talking about being an accountant and dotting your I's, crossing your T's. Everything makes sense. Everything has a purpose. And that's what disturbs him, is because his missions don't have a purpose, or they don't seem to have a purpose. So Les asks him what his mission was, and he, as he's driving, regales the tale of puree blender, which then chops up the bodies and pours out food barrels that have perfume on them. It's very, very good. So let's just get into where the homophobic individual is free. There are bugs. This is stuff. They're flying everywhere. Les finds that one of the bags has a lid. That lid is bigger than bag is like it looks like the one who got it to be crazy. Well, that's what the sound is. He doesn't want to play with it. So he has to put this one into the blender machine. This is, damn it, I love you, you asshole. And Les purees it. It's gross. Cathartic. Les is purging his life of individuals that are toxic to him. Put it on the board. Well, the germophobic individual, the one who is afraid of everything, who's afraid of things he cannot see, put it on the board. Well, he doesn't do anything, so his head explodes. That's rough. So, Les has been now making barrels full of human goo. He goes home to see Chelsea, and he just says, you know, honestly, I just want to take a shower and change my clothes. And she's like, oh, I can make you food. We have soup. And it's this domestic lifestyle. It's the caring, the all-accepting female figure that perhaps Les has always wanted in his life. Put it on the board. We have 5 things on board now. There's going to be more. So this is something that Chelsea sees. But then she sees a barcode in connection with his incision, and she kind of scans it. And what comes up is, before the barcode, they start hearing music. And they have no idea why. And they go out in the yard, and the music's coming from the grave. And so Les digs up Saul, who he buried in the grave, and he digs into Saul's stomach, and he finds a USB that's playing. This is Saul level Let's Play. Thank you. Yes. Or this is great. He goes and puts the USB drive in, and hieroglyphics show up. Binary code shows up. I really want to put this on a different board. That's where it goes. This is, I don't know if we've got we've got some. So, at some point, he would say,
I won't obey. You cannot tell me what I cannot say. I'm here to last, so yeah, I'm here to stay. I'll live each second like my final day. You can't take that away.
actually had an explosive device in your neck, I'd have to hold you for further. Oh, that's exactly what happens. He goes to the doctor, and he gets the x-ray done, because he tells the doctor, just x-ray my neck, give me a scan of my neck. And the doctor says, well, if I do that, I think you're going to do harm to yourself. I can have some psychological evaluation. Just do the scan. So they do the scan, and Les is recovering in the hospital when a vivacious Walter, I just have her down, I think her name was Victoria, and vivacious Victoria it's very well done. These are not your grandfather's innuendos. So then Les asks what's through there, and she says, well, that's the colony. Because Les has at some point come across an alien. Has he come across the alien just yet? Go back to my notes and just double check everything. He makes a getaway. Okay. Getaway. Lala Chelsea, and he says that he remembers this song because it played at a place from his childhood called La La Joyland. And so they go to La La Joyland, and while he's there, he essentially tells C stories about his childhood and how they used to come here a lot, and there was this white fuzzy dog that scared the hell out of him, and its eyes always faced in different directions. And we kind of get the idea that this is perhaps where something may have occurred to Les. Something happened here. He has to come back to confront it, because this is perhaps where the stage was set for who he becomes later on. The alcoholism, the self-destructive behavior. He says to Chelsea C, who, remember, represents him in this instance, a chance at retribution, a chance at being forgiven, if you will, that his mother was overbearing and his father was missing. And she goes, "Where did your father go?" And he said, "Nowhere. He was there. He was missing." And that's very sweet. That's kind of a big thing for millennials to discover that they're there. And so my father was literally my dad. So it was that way. What we
I won't obey. You cannot tell me what I cannot say. I'm here to last, so yeah, I'm here to stay. I'll live each second like my final day. You can't take that away.
this thing is serious. And so Les escapes with Chelsea, but it turns out that Chelsea has an incision out and they got to her last night, and so Les has to literally rip her throat out. And he is then arrested by the police. And they're talking about incidents where I saw a dog this way. Ooh, of course, Les gets done to Chelsea, man, you did good, puppet guy. So Les, in the end, he goes home. It's the last place he can go. It's his last bastion. He needs to confront his mother. This is where it all started. This is where it has to end. All of our traumas begin with our mothers. Am I wrong, guys? Hey, so, or am I right, guys? I don't know. I'm sure everybody else has, trauma with their mother too. I love it. He goes home and he confronts her, and she goes, "Well, it'd be great having you around the house again. Thank you for finally cleaning your room." We never saw him clean his room, did we? "Thank you for finally cleaning your room. You can really help out with the brood. It's feeding time." The brood? And she takes him to the garage, and she opens the garage door. There's a whole bunch of the babies. So they've been taking regular people, and they're now forcing them to take care of babies that are born from the women that are impregnated by the aliens. The women are given a substance or a drug or just something that makes them hungry enough to have to continually seek out this thing, the thing being sex, to get impregnated by the aliens. And then once you're no longer of use to the alien germophobic man. The rest of the people are there in auxiliary. He is drunk, and so he's getting cut off. The bartender asks if he can call him a ride, and Les says no. Les snatches his keys and goes out and gets in the car, and he's again shit-faced. So he's now driving under the influence, and he ends up striking a bicyclist, killing him, and then continuing home. A 29-year-old with a family, a wife, and a daughter. That's the man he killed. That's the family he ruined. This is why Les has been creeping for the last year and a half. Because Les has been dealing with the trauma of taking a human life, and then the added scumbaggery, but also trauma of deciding that person's already dead. But if I lead a good life moving forward, then I shouldn't be held responsible for this. I shouldn't be tried for this. I shouldn't, this was a mistake. This was a negative thing. Police officer in the station said I don't know if it is good. I predict
I won't obey. You cannot tell me what I cannot say. I'm here to last, so yeah, I'm here to stay. I'll live each second like my final day. You can't take that away.
part of society. Realize that about the criminal element. They are us, we are them. Jordan Peele wrote a movie about it, literally called Us, and that movie had a sequel. It's called Them. And I'll do the sequel at some point. So, all of the where the left puppet very powerful. Spoilers for The Machinist, but if you haven't seen it yet, go watch The Machinist. If you just listen to this thing, and now I'm bringing up The Machinist, you kind of get what's going on. Jacob's Ladder is much more difficult. It's about the trauma of the Vietnam War. It's about an entire nation's wounds. It's about people returning home from it. It's about a bunch of stuff, and it's very well done. But this particular movie may be a Jacob's Ladder situation. However, there's one thing I can't explain, and that's the hieroglyphs, the music, the thumb drive, the point of that. So let's go through all the things we put on the board real quick. He's in AA talking about voices. There's a scene at the very end where Chelsea brings up the voices again, and she goes, now that you've quieted, now that you've silenced all the voices, are you ready to confess? And that's it. That's why when he wakes up, he's ready to confess. Because he had to mentally go through this entire checklist. The cynical, drunk comedian who is this real problem with hoarding and getting tons of inventory, and it was a humongous problem. And I kind of overcame it slowly. I'm still working on it. It's always something you work on. You can't ever truly overcome something like that. But I realized one time listening to another one of the eBayers on YouTube that that fear of missing out, that FOMO, that's anxiety. You need to rationalize the fear. There's going to be stuff there tomorrow. There's going to be stuff there the next day. You're just scared because you're scared. So just acknowledge you're scared. I'm going blind, and fear is a powerful thing. Daredevil is called the man without fear. He is the man without fear because at that point in time, and I think it's still true today, the greatest phobia we have as a species is fear of the dark. Are you afraid of the dark? Everyone's afraid of the dark. I'm not afraid of the dark. In fact, I don't care if it's dark or not. And that didn't start happening until I went blind. I walk around a dark house all the time. It's my house. Of course it's dark. Who are the lights for? I can sit in the dark. I can shower in the dark.
I won't obey. You cannot tell me what I cannot say. I'm here to last, so yeah, I'm here to stay. I'll live each second like my final day. You can't take that away.
We're gonna discuss them further because I don't believe the aliens truly. See, they don't have anything to do with us. That's why I think there can be another beautiful, interesting argument for this stuff. The British man does. And it's like we have a motto in the family, and it's important to be proud of everything that you do. If you can't be proud of it, don't do it. And that's okay. So we have the concept that these individuals he meets, Saul, the cynical comedian, is the alcoholic, is the individual who thinks he needs to drink and he needs a family with his bare hands. He murdered that man, and he literally beheads Saul. He did these things, and so he does those things. And he saves the world. He burns the alien children. He has V smash them in their egg form. But what if there is something darker here? What if these aliens are actually there? And the fact that Les has been completing his tasks and finally turns himself in, that it doesn't mean he wasn't awake for some of those. Maybe he was sleeping for some of them. Maybe he was awake for others. Maybe there are two stories being told here. The film's name itself actually comes from a medical term that happens in, I think, computer. And look it up if you'd like to know what it is. Don't believe it. But the
I won't obey. You cannot tell me what I cannot say. I'm here to last, so yeah, I'm here to stay. I'll live each second like my final day. You can't take that away.
being better for it. Les did the journey with, various different weapons and cell phone text messages telling him to go do horrible things. It's not the same thing for everybody, but in a nutshell, into the British individual that I called the Brit, the callback to Saul, the jokes that were mean-spirited and cruel and horrible, but he got them, I guess. Les is not a good person. Les is not a hero. Les drove drunk and struck a man and killed him. And Les had to make himself a hero in his own mind before he could allow himself to actually do the right thing. That's fucked up. Thank you guys for hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful evening. I need to edit out a few bits, I'm sure, but remember that pterodactyl joke. It's a good one. Like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I will see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.